My Life by Jack Adams. My faith in God has been my saving grace. Ever since I was born, I had a marvelous life. There were so many memories, I wish I could convey them all. I have to give all my credit to my mother, Janice, and to my father, Brighton, for their love and guidance during my young life. My life with sisters Joyce, Rita, and Jill were filled with some mystique, thrills, fun, and a lot of love. I was born in Allentown, and I gained so many friends around Allentown through my neighborhood, especially John Boyer, and through my affiliation with my friends at the YMCA and at Camp Dent. I moved down to Steinsburg in 1950, and on the school bus I really started to admire a cute, sweet little girl. It turned out she was in the same class, 1954, and the high school band as I was, but she was always better. She was so sweet that I started dating her during our senior year. She introduced me to the Church of the Brethren. It was at Highland Park Camp meeting that I committed my life to Christ, and I knew He would walk beside me the rest of my life, even though I would deny Him later when I was down with paralysis. Upon our graduation, we went on our separate ways, Audrey to college at Westchester College, and I served my nation in the Air Force for 4 years. We kept true to each other through letter writing and visits. Upon my discharge, I attended Westchester, where I earned my degree in elementary education. I taught mainly 6th grade at John Grass Elementary School for 34 years, and it proved to be a great experience. After retirement in 1992, I went to work as a tour guide for Perkiomen Tours for 6 years, and I experienced some of the most awesome beauty that God has created. We also went camping at Boulder Woods Campground since 1969, where I was activities director and serving the campers with many games and activities throughout the summers. I prayed to the Lord that He would send me someone to understand, someone to light my world with love, to share life hand in hand, someone with a loving soul and whose heart was kind and good, and whose faith in me would help me reach my goals that I thought I could. I must have prayed forever, and I knew He heard me and sent Audrey, more perfect than words can ever say. Knowing that God had placed our hearts within each other's care, and cherishing the tender love He gave us to share, we decided to unite in marriage. We committed to each other with our wedding on August 9th, 1958. It was the most beautiful day of my life, and it has been beautiful ever since. Feeling blessed and grateful, we had 2 precious boys, Scott and Gary. They grew up and married 2 wonderful women, Robin and Andrea. They presented us with 4 fantastic grandchildren, whom I really loved. God bless all of them. At our marriage, we made some wonderful vows to love, honor, and obey, and then stated, for richer and for poorer, in sickness and in health. The latter was to test our marriage, but Audrey has really filled my life with love, joy, laughter, happiness, and caring through our 50-plus years of our married life. She has been so precious and so marvelous, especially when I had health problems. In November 2004, I became paralyzed from my waist down. Always ready to breathe confidence, hope, faith, and love in me, as I was very depressed and ready to die, Audrey and our wonderful pastor, John Shaver, brought me back to reality. Several times when I was close to death, God still apparently had plans for me, and I thank the Lord every day for walking with me. God gave us a challenge in our lives that would help both of us to grow in our faith. You have been so caring to me, my fantastic Florence Nightingale. With the help of Hope, our dear friend, you were blessed with unbelievable help both mornings and nights. Thank you, Hope. Both of you are spiritually filled and truly blessed by God. The whole church family was so supportive through the years, especially during my health problems. Projects to the house, cards and visits, but most of all the prayers that were raised on my behalf were so uplifting and inspirational. Thank you, and God bless you all. There are so many people to thank, especially my sisters Rita and Jill and her husband Robert, the nurses in Quakertown Hospital and in dialysis, therapists who gave such great hope that I would be able to walk, which I did before my setbacks, and last of all our great friends who filled my heart with laughter and love. I want to give a special tribute to Scott and Robin, Gary and Andrea, and the grandkids, Courtney, Tasia, Christopher, and Trey, who made my life full of joy and great happiness. Audrey, you have always given your love, joy, happiness to our Christ-filled home, showing compassion, obedience, and strength, but mostly love. As I leave you, I will miss you, but we will meet and rejoice in that heavenly kingdom. Christ said, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will live, even though he dies, and whoever lives and believes in me will never die. Do you believe this? John 6:47. Yes, I do believe, except when several setbacks in which I lost my faith. I prayed for forgiveness, and he apparently heard my cries. I returned to be faithful and to love my Lord. When in times of trouble, in Psalm 37:24, the Lord said, though he stumble, he will not fall, for the Lord upholds him with his hand. And in Nahum 1:7, the Lord is good, a refuge in times of trouble. He cares for those who trust him. Christ also stated in the 23rd Psalm, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Psalm 23:4. And in John 8:51, Christ said, I tell you the truth, if anyone keeps my word, he will never see death. I thank the Lord for all his promises and his faithfulness to all who believe. Yes, I truly believed. And from John 3:16, my favorite verse, for God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. Goodbye, and may God ever be with you to fill you with his love. My Dearest Friend by Audrey Adams. I have just lost the most precious treasure in my life. He has been my rock through these 51 years of our marriage. I could never have asked for a better husband and father to our children, forever caring, always upbeat, even through all the tough times. He never had an unkind word to say about anyone, and was always appreciative of whatever I and other caregivers did for him, especially Hope, who was there for us morning and night. We are blessed with two wonderful sons, Scott and Gary, daughters-in-law Robin and Andrea, and grandchildren Courtney, Tasia, Chris, and Trey, who have been a source of pride and strength for Jack and me, helping us wherever needed. They mean the world to us. Pastor John and Susan have been unbelievable in their support through visitation and comfort to us through Jack's 5 years of illness. I and the family express our heartfelt thanks. We are also grateful to you, his family and friends, for all of your expressions of love and concern. These will be difficult times, and I will miss Jack dearly. With God beside me, I know I will make it through. I long for the day when we will be joined together again in that eternal home above. That is our assurance. That is our hope in Christ. Love you, Audrey.